Hello everyone. So welcome to one of our new videos. Today we have a new guest with us. Edwin is our AI engineer. He is working on a project which is multiple LLM models and how you use them to get better results. I think he will talk about it better than me. So let me introduce you to Edwin. Edwin, can you introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your project? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Edwin He. I'm currently a university student at the University of California, Irvine. I'm a second year computer science major. Recently, I've been working on a multi LLM architecture. So, the idea of a multi LLM architecture is that we can take the outputs of multiple LLMs and aggregate it into a single output that is better than any individual LLM.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for introducing yourself, Edwin. So let me ask you about the project you are working currently. So the multi-LLM project you are working, what do you think? What inspired you to do the work on that, or what was the idea behind it? Can you share it to us?
Yeah, so the idea behind multi LLM is that we have all these great models, right? But some of
Yeah.
them are better at some aspects and some of them are better at others. So it's hard to know which model is the best for your exact situation.
Okay.
So my thought is that if we can, uh, instead of picking only one model, if we can utilize all the models together, then they will uh, replace a single LLM as the
Yeah.
number one uh, LLM in rankings or benchmarks, and they
Okay.
can compensate for each other's weaknesses in order
Okay.
to create the best output possible.
Okay. Thank you for discussing about that. So let me tailor it the next question. Like, how do you think the AI models are typically used before you approach? Like, how did people use before you approached like multi-LLM models? Did they use single models? And have you seen that people are using only one model to get their answers? What do you think about that?
I think before multi LLMs, most people were using either a single model for everything, or
Yeah.
they picked which was the best model for a specific situation just based on the vibes, based on how they felt about a model. So it
Okay.
wasn't necessarily grounded in objective measurements because it's a lot of effort to try to benchmark every model for every use case. And
Yeah.
most people don't want to think about that. They want a single plug and play solution that they don't have to think about, but that they hope they will give them the best results every time, anyways. But
Yeah.
it's not always possible to make that happen, which is why I think that multi LLM has the potential to replace any single LLM. Even if it's your favorite LLM, multi LLM could be better.
Okay. Okay, so thank you. So my next question is related to the multi-LLM models. So how do the multiple LLM models or AI models work together? What do you think about that? And are the models collaborating, competing, or something else? Do you think what are they doing when you are trying multiple models at once? What are the key uh, findings you have? Can you share it?
Yeah, so the core idea is that the user's input gets
Yeah.
fed to several different LLMs at once. So,
Hmm.
for example, if I ask a question to the multi LLM, it will feed it to, let's say, Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini all at once. So they will be
Okay.
generating the output at the same time. And after the output is generated, an aggregator LLM with a specific system prompt is instructed to combine all of the outputs and assess their correctness. so that you
Okay.
will get the best answer out of all of them, or perhaps a mixture of the different responses. It depends on how the system prompt is structured. So in this
Okay.
way, we are allowing multiple LLMs to be used without greatly increasing the time for response generation.
No. Okay. Thank you. So, my next question is, what AI models have you used so far, and what are the understanding or the outcome you have gotten? Like, did you benchmark them based on their results, and which AI models are performing better? What do you think about that? And my next question tied into it is, how do you decide which AI model is performing better? Like, what is your benchmark according to you? Which models are doing great, or which models are performing well?
I've been experimenting with a lot of models. So I've experimented with the top models from OpenAI,
Yeah.
Anthropic, and Google. And I've
Okay.
also experimented with their cheaper models as well. I've run open weight models locally, such as Gemma and Huen,
Okay.
and uh, I've tested a variety of different configurations. Now, I've found that in terms of value for money, it's often uh, the the Chinese models that come out on top, and also
Okay.
the local models as well, since they run locally. So those are my favorite models.
Okay.
As for uh,
Yeah.
as for how people should select models, or uh, how they should be evaluated objectively, I've been using a I've been using a math Olympiad benchmark called
Okay.
IME in order to test the model's various reasoning skills, and
Okay.
also uh, testing their comprehension of uh, of certain situations uh, that might not be immediately intuitive to an LLM.
Okay.
So I've been mostly using IME, but I also want to integrate more subjective testing in the future. For example, testing for creativity, or for uh, or for creative writing, perhaps.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So my next question for the technical side is, what are the system architecture look like? What does the system architecture look like according to you? And are you using like APIs more or local models more, like for your experiment? And how do you score them? Like ranking, scoring, or voting system? What are the key parameters you are using to score them? Like which models are performing better?
So the current architecture for multi LLM is going to be the user input, which gets fed to two or more uh, LLMs, and
Yeah.
their output, along with the user input, gets fed to an aggregator LLM, and the aggregator LLM creates the output, which the user sees.
Okay.
Uh, as for how the LLMs are evaluated objectively, since I'm using a math Olympiad competition data set for
Okay.
benchmarks, it's very easy to get an objective answer from, because the answer is always just a number. So it's very easy to check if the number is correct or not.
Okay.
So in that sense, it's very objective.
Okay. Okay. So thank you. So let's move into the use cases or application sector. Like, where does multi-LLM model perform better than a single model? What do you think about that? And what kind of real-world problems can it solve? And can businesses or startup benefit from this? Can you share something about this?
So there are a few places where multi-LLM makes sense. One of them is at the very high end. If you want to get the best performance possible and cost is not as much as a factor, it
Okay.
makes sense to utilize multi-LLM to get around a 10 to 15% performance boost compared to the top model. And the
Okay.
top model is already very powerful. So you can imagine what a multi-LLM will do. It's going to be very competent at any task you throw at it. Another place it makes sense is on uh, local edge computing. So if you want to run AI or LLM on your own laptop or
Yeah.
maybe your phone, something that doesn't have hundreds of gigabytes of memory, you're going to be constrained by the hardware that you have, and you're not going to be able
Limitations.
to
Yeah.
run the most powerful models. So in that
Okay.
case, it's possible to use multi-LLM to run multiple smaller models sequentially in order to get a better result than is possible with one single model using your device.
Okay.
And this is useful for businesses because it allows for businesses to run all of their LLMs that deal with sensitive information locally. So you
Okay.
don't you if you have some sensitive documents, if you use the multi-LLM architecture, you'll be able to get good performance out of your LLMs without needing to send your documents to Google or to OpenAI or to Anthropic. So it's good for those compliance reasons, and
Okay.
it's also good for when you need the absolute best performance for an LLM. So if you want
Okay.
to make uh, if you want to be absolutely sure that something is correct, that's when it makes sense to use a multi LLM as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So let's move into the challenges and limitation section. Like, what are the biggest challenges you faced or are facing building this system? Is it expensive to run multiple models at once? Is it one of the problems, or and does using more models always improve results? What have you find about that? Okay, thank you.
I found so the main challenges I'm facing have to do with latency and cost. So since multi LLM is mostly parallel, but there is a sequential aspect to it in that first you need to wait for the LLMs to finish generating their outputs, and then you need to aggregate the outputs. So that aggregation step is going to add extra latency. And I think, well, one way that I could try to solve that issue of latency is to uh, try to reduce the output of the LLMs so that they are still generating the same information. It's just packaged in a more compact form factor, so that the so that it doesn't take as long to generate, and the aggregator LLM will have less tokens that it needs to look through in order to generate a response.
Okay,
And the other challenge is cost. So if you're running if you run two LLMs, it's going to be more expensive than running one LLM. So that's why I think the best use cases for multi LLM are for the very high end, where cost doesn't matter as much, or or perhaps even if you use a very expensive multi LLM setup, it's going to be cheaper than paying a human to do the same thing.
uh,
Uh, For those cases, you want the best quality possible, so cost isn't as much of a factor. The other place I think it makes sense is local marketing, because in that case, the cost is just the cost of the time and the cost of electricity, which isn't as large of a factor.
yeah.
So I think those are the best use cases, and I will continue to try to reduce the cost and latency.
Okay. Okay. So my final question or our final segment is what do you think about the future of multi-LLM models? And will a single models become less relevant in the future? What do you think about that? Can you share like the future you have in mind of these sort of things?
I think the future of multi LLMs is quite promising because according to my testing, they have a on average 10 to 15% performance improvement over the very best models that
Okay.
that top AI companies have to offer. Well, in that sense, I think it's worth pursuing because it could unlock a lot of performance uh, without needing to do too much extra work. And
Okay.
I think it's an exciting field, and I want to continue researching this avenue.
Okay. So let's end our video here. Like we have come to the end of our video. Thank you for watching the video to the whole. And if you have any questions to ask about the multi-LLM models, you can ask in the comment section, and we'll be happy to answer these questions. And Edwin will answer them personally. So let's end the video here, and we will see you in the next video. If you like this type of contents like AI related contents, you can follow or subscribe our channel, and we'll be sharing more and more contents about that. With this, I think I should take goodbye from Edwin. So thank you, Edwin, for joining, sharing your experience, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. And do you have anything to say to our viewers or our subscribers?
Yeah, I'm glad that you all are interested in multi LLMs, and if you want to be updated with the latest research and news on LLMs, make sure to subscribe to our channel and watch our new videos.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Edwin. So for now, it is a goodbye. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.